been wanting to experience a Chinese hot pot for ages, and I finally got to do it at Niu Hotpot in Aldgate, East London. Right, let's head inside. What's this fella up to? As well as him, there's even a claw machine by the entrance, which of course I had to try at the end. It's a big old place with a modern, minimalistic and tasteful interior. Plenty of tables, each with a giant hole in the middle for the communal hot pot, which we'll get into in a bit. The menu's not as confusing as it looks. You just pick your hot pot broth, then your proteins, carbs and veg, basically whatever you want to cook in the broth. We went for the tom yum and the beef bone, which didn't take long to come to a boil, and here's what we got to cook in it. A selection of meat which includes hand-cut sliced Angus beef, jiao long, which is a mix of ribeye, sirloin and fillet, and some ox tongue. We also got juicy beef meatballs, beef tendons, scallops and prawns, mixed veg, quail's eggs and noodles. Yeah, I know it's overkill, but we couldn't resist some beef fried rice and crispy shredded beef. The beef fried rice was actually really nice, good smoky wok flavour, nice soft beef, yeah, decent. The crispy shredded beef is basically the chili beef you get at your local Chinese, but without the sauce. It was nice and crisp, the beef was tender and the chili gave it a nice kick. Not bad at all. Honestly, I'm not sure if there's a right or wrong way to do this, but I just piled the beef into the slotted spoon, lowered it into the beef soup base and then left it for about 30 seconds. Towards the back there's a counter loaded with free toppings, so I grabbed my bowl of cooked meat and went up there to liven it up a bit. I didn't go too mad, I went for some peppercorn sauce, spring onions, fried garlic and some oyster sauce. Because the meat cooks in seconds, it's super tender and soaks up all the flavour from the toppings. The pepper sauce was just perfect. I stuck with that combo throughout the whole meal, it was banging. I fished out this oxtail from the broth and it was so tender, I licked the bone clean. Oh yeah, do you remember those noodles? They're actually hand pulled right at your table. How cool is that? They were really good too, perfectly al dente and soaked up all that tom yum soup, which was nicely sour with a subtle kick of heat. Not everyone's cup of tea, I know, but I love beef tendons. We dropped these in early, so when they came out they were exactly how I like them, soft and gelatinous with a little bit of a chew. The meatballs had a nice springy texture, but be warned, they're super juicy with hot liquid squirting out as you bite into it. Worth the scalding though. The scallops were tender and sweet. I really enjoyed them, but I overcooked the prawns so they ended up a bit rubbery. Finally, the veg and quail eggs were a nice contrast to all the meat we'd just consumed. Definitely needed. And I washed it all down with a grapefruit jasmine tea. Super delicious and refreshing. You know what? I really loved my experience here. The quality, the food, the service, the show, everything was fantastic. It was a real treat. Definitely a double thumbs up from me. Oh, before I go, with the bill you get tokens to use the claw machine, which is a nice little touch. Didn't win anything though.
God.